I used to say that you should never, ever, 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 ever quit. And I used to hold that philosophy. But that's kind of silly, isn't it? I mean, if honestly, if you held that philosophy in your life, your entire life, like you should never, ever, ever, then you would work until you were dead, right? You would eat until your stomach exploded. You understand what I mean? I think a better way than saying you should never, ever, 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 ever quit is that you should follow through on your commitments. Isn't that a much better way to say that? And I think that what happens to us as adults is we get this conflicted idea of, should never ever quit versus follow through on commitments. And so, we begin to understand as we grow older that, it's okay if you quit once you've achieved your goal or once you've arrived, but I think sometimes people give up too soon. The problem with people is not that they're quitters. It's just that they fail to see the results in such a time frame that they're willing to continue the efforts on and on and on. But that never, ever, 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 ever quit thing can be confusing because, the definition of insanity is banging your head against the same wall over and over and over again, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So that's insanity. But again, you can't really use that as an excuse to just bail in the first 5 minutes if things aren't going your way. So what's the balance? Where do what does never quit really mean? What does never give up really mean? And here's what I think it means. I think it means that if you have a goal or an objective or an idea, something you're going after in your life, it means you try whatever it takes for however long it takes until you get there. And once you've achieved it, then you can put it in a box, wrap it up, hang it on the wall, frame it, throw your thumbs up and say, I made it, and then go do something else. But you gotta hang on to that vision. And some people, they quit just right at the very cusp of success. The phrase that it's always darkest before the dawn. That is so true. Breakthroughs occur at the point of highest pressure. I mean, think about it. If you don't put any pressure, for example, in a balloon, if you're filling up a balloon with water, well, if you only fill it up with just a little bit of water, there's no breakthrough. The water's not going to go anywhere. But if you keep applying pressure, keep applying pressure, keep applying pressure, if you keep filling that balloon, at some point it's going to rupture and there's going to be a breakthrough. But at that moment of breakthrough, there's never been more pressure in that balloon than there was in that exact moment. And it's the same as true in our lives, our business, our relationships, our finances, whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. You've got to let that pressure build until there's a breakthrough. Listen, there's a whole lot going on under the soil before you see a plant break through the surface and begin to grow. And the tiny acorn that becomes the oak is doing an awful lot of work under the ground before you ever see the first buddings of a tree above the earth. You can go to the gym and work out every day really hard for months and months and months and see what appears to be no results, but there's a lot of things going on the inside that then when they become manifest, it becomes obvious that you've been hitting the gym, right? Think about compound interest. Just putting money away into a savings account or into an IRA or a 401k. In the beginning, man, you might be putting $100 or $500 a month away in something, and you look up in 3 or 4 years and think, I'd be better off shoving this money under the mattress, right? But if you continue to apply constant pressure over time, in 25 or 30 years, you'll look up and there's a nest egg in there, could be in the 6 or 7 figures. Because you see, it's constant pressure over time that creates the tension that eventually releases the breakthrough. So what I would say is that if you're pursuing a goal or an objective or something you want to accomplish, something you want to do in your life, never give up means you keep trying, you keep striving, but you must adapt, you must overcome, you must try new things, you must vary your approaches, all of these things, man. Edison went through 10,000 different filaments before he created the light bulb. How many times will you try before you give up on your dreams? But once you get there, and everything you thought about and everything you dreamed about becomes yours and is manifest as reality in your life, then I give you permission to quit and go face the next challenge. Go out there today, guys, and make it a great day.